Thank you very much. はじめまして、フォシェと申します。よろしくお願いします。I was a former CEO of GSK in Japan for quite a couple of years. Actually, I spent more than 30 years in the pharmaceutical industry. Now I am in charge of running my own little business, which includes being on the board of a couple of biotechs in Japan as well as in the US, as well as being a venture partner of a London-based VC called 4Bio Capital. And I'm very pleased to be also a member of LINK-J. So I believe the UK is a kind of entry gate to the European market. Of course, the UK stepped out of the European Union, but in the life science environment, it makes no difference. Basically, there is still the same vibrant ecosystem between the UK and Europe. And within the UK, as you know well, there are some famous public-private partnerships in place. There is also a very dynamic global health focus, which allows to discuss core topics for global health situations in the world, from AMR to pandemics risk and others. So many organizations are located there to focus on those kind of core issues. Many Japanese pharmaceutical companies have their presence in the UK through research laboratories as well as production centers. And I believe the strengths of those poles like Oxford, Cambridge and London provide various opportunities to meet experts, academics, the ones who do all the publications in the world and which are very visible in the world stage of life sciences. So it's quite natural when you try to enter the European market to test your English skills proficiencies through the UK first, and then you can get some European accents like mine and go to some other countries. Yeah, well, I would say first, Ichigo Ichie. So for me, it's a fantastic opportunity to meet people I don't know and to learn from them and see with my own eyes the excellence of innovation work being performed by those startups in Japan. Of course, I think it's a brilliant initiative from LINK-J together with the Tokyo Metropolitan Government to try to deploy those kind of innovation opportunities from Japan to the rest of the world, rather than maybe stay within this local environment or ecosystem, as we like to say. The Japanese biotech environment has been quite, let's say, less competitive and less visible on the world stage during the last couple of years. I have observed many recent initiatives taken by both the public and the private sector to try to change this kind of situation. I think the initiative of LINK-J is a brilliant one. It's something that I would like to encourage because I have been around Japan for more than 20 years altogether, so I want to give back something to Japan. So I expect those young startups to grow and develop themselves, to learn from others, and maybe to start to be a little bit more competitive when they go out. Yeah, I think the Japanese startups considering to apply to this program should be the ones who have a very distinctive innovation. I think this world is very competitive, and usually when you invent something somewhere, it's also probably the case that it's being invented or close to being invented somewhere else. So you cannot come to your market expansion based on Me Too or generic type of approach. So first of all, those startups with real innovation should be the ones trying to engage into this program. Secondly, I think those startups should have ambition to grow outside of the country, not to try to just be a startup from Japan operating in Japan, but to try to be a startup from Japan, being a unicorn, meaning a very successful startup from Japan, but to be that successful, it needs to conquer the world. And starting from Europe, maybe because of the commonality of cultures with Japan sometimes, and the proximity in a way to talk together, and via the UK to access Europe, I think it's a good combination. And it may open their eyes to new ways of working, new collaboration opportunities, partnering with some other academia from outside Japan or companies from outside Japan who will like to do some research collaborations or maybe invest in those startups. So I believe being able to sell their skills to this world, which is so huge, world of opportunities, implies working a little bit on how they prepare to explain their business case, how they explain themselves, how to sell their skills and science. And I'm very sure that they will be successful because there are so many Nobel Prizes from Japan, but not enough, I would say, commercial innovations from Japan these days in the life science sector. So maybe this will be one of the vehicles to change the situation. I really want to see it. So to all of you who consider apply to this program, I would like to remind you that the world is big, there are many opportunities there. There is not only one way to do business as a startup. There is not only one exit strategy like IPO that you probably have all heard about. This program will allow you to think differently, maybe, to think about new ways of working, new partnering opportunities, new collaborations, maybe getting an expansion of your own activities outside of Japan through creation of your own offices elsewhere. And doing that, I think you can contribute to make Japan origin innovation more visible than it is today, to this date. So I really would like to see a lot of very dynamic and entrepreneurs from Japan apply to this program, not to be shy, not to avoid doing it because it's comfortable to do nothing. But remember that if you do nothing, others are working and do other things. So not progressing is regressing, actually. So you need to progress, and why not apply? And if you apply, you can count on me and other mentors to accompany you and support as we do this beautiful program of LINK-J. So take care and ganbatte kudasai.